Today is Thursday, January the 21st, 2021 here in Jacksonville, Arkansas. This is my stash of starches. It's the camera doesn't do justice. I have quite a few sweet potato starches behind the various tapioca starch brand. I have a different cornstarch. I have Kroger's cornstarch, Hearth Club cornstarch. I also have the water chestnut cakes, also known as water chestnut powder, and Always Save cornstarch in the back. But today I want to try something different. I'm going to be mixing up, getting ready to make some canned chunks, and I have never tried the rice flour. I want to give it a taste to see if I want to chunk this up and mix it. This is a Elephant God 1 pound bag of rice flour, and if I'm going to give it a taste, if it tastes pretty good like Radix Paris flour, you know, the Bot Sunday brand of Radix Paris flour, it doesn't taste like regular flour. I'm personally not a flour eater, but if it's a flour that tastes like starch, I'm willing to chunk this up and see what it tastes like. I have opened the rice flour, and before I taste it, let me take a look at the ingredients. The ingredients are rice flour and water. Okay, let me go ahead and give it a taste. Hopefully it tastes like it's related to the starch family. Okay. It first tastes like starch, but then it tastes like flour. But it tastes better than regular flour. I will definitely have to use only about a cup of this and mix the rest with a combination of tapioca starches and cornstarch. So far, I have mixed tapioca starch, the Elephant brand, in here with about maybe a little less than a cup of Kroger's cornstarch. I am blending this very well, and now I'm going to add some rice flour to the cornstarch and tapioca mix, tapioca starch mix. So it'll only take a little bit of this rice flour. It does have a floury taste, but with a little cornstarch taste. So I'm pouring it in, and I'm going to stop right about there because I don't want my starch chunks to taste like flour. So I'm going to blend it, stir it up so they have more starch flavor than it do flour. Not even using a whole cup, maybe more like a half to 3/4 cup of rice flour is in here so far. So I'll be making some canned chunks, and I'm going to turn the oven up higher and heat to see if I can get harder chunks. Also, I'm going to pour in the rest of the water chestnut cakes, also known as water chestnut powder. Y'all, this water chestnut cakes is really good. The paper bag that it comes in gives it a unique taste. Tastes the way starch is supposed to taste. Now, I also have some Best Choice cornstarch. I'm going to put this inside of the can. Water chestnut starch has a dry taste. It's not wet or anything like that. It's just really good. So to make good oven chunks, we know that you must press it down real good. I usually use an object of some sort, but I'm using the top from the Best Choice brand can. And I put my finger in here to press it down as far as I can. So we know that when you're making canned chunks, cornstarch chunks, part of the preparation is to push down. Press down all that starch inside of the can. Press it down as hard as you can until it is tight. And you can use whatever you want to push the starch down. Just do it safely. Don't hurt yourself in the process. I just used this top. It goes on the Best Choice can brand of cornstarch. And I'm pressing it down with my fingers. You hear how it's making that crunching sound? That means it's tight. Now, I pressed it down to where I have a little bit more room in the can to add some more starch. Okay, y'all, I have topped it off with the rest of the Elephant God tapioca starch and some Best Choice cornstarch and just a little bit more of the rice flour. I did not use a whole pound. I only used maybe between 3/4 and 1 cup of the rice flour. And so I just want to test it, the rice flour, to see what it tastes like when it's blended with tapioca starch and cornstarch. I will be cooking this at a higher temperature in the oven and seeing if I can get a crunchier chunks without it burning. So I will place the foil over this and get ready to put her in the oven. And remember to press the starches down real tight to where you can't press it down any further. So you want it to be packed very well before baking it. And this is a substitute for people who like to eat things like koalin and clay dirt that comes crunchy and hard, or chalk. This is a substitute, the rice flour, tapioca starch, and cornstarch blend. So I'm going to go ahead and place her in the oven.